Hello world. It's almost 7:30 in the morning on Friday, October 4th, 2024. Yeah, I've got some stuff to say today. It is Friday and got a lot of personal stuff got to get done, so this might be something. Just remember, hey, I am a clairvoyant, clairaudient. Everything is for entertainment purposes only. Full disclaimers down in the box. And most of you know the routine by now. Yeah, the big news that everyone woke up to um, is well, let me get the international stuff out of the way. Uh, Something that's going on in Pakistan right now in Islamabad is that they've decided to um, put an end to certain mobile phone services. Now, they're saying the Pakistani government is saying it's to prevent any demonstrations. But you got to realize that Pakistan is a Muslim country. And a lot of people, when they were trying to seek refuge from all the shit that was going down in Afghanistan, they did go eastward to Pakistan. So a lot of people who were forced back under the Taliban rule have mobile phones that are from Islamabad. And now the cell phone service that is based in Islamabad has been kiboshed. And it's not because they want to break down the stop demonstrations from happening. It's because a lot of these phones were given to women. And this is their only way for many women in Afghanistan. This was their only form of communication to the outside world to let people know what was happening and how they're dealing with their persecution from the Taliban, persecution from the government out of Tehran, the misogynistic behavior. So basically, the misogynistic asshole men in Islamabad just shut down communication to women in Afghanistan who really need it. That's their plan. You have to realize Tehran wants every woman to be walking around in a tent. They want to shut us all up. They want to get rid of the Jews, get rid of the Christians, and whoever's left. If you're Caucasian female, you're going to be put under a tent to wear, and you will have no rights. Women who are black, they consider you nothing but servants. You'll be scrubbing floors. That's their attitude towards women. So yeah, they decided to kibosh a mobile phone service. Wanted to let everyone know about that. And now everybody is saying, oh, oil prices are going to go up because of everything that's going on in between Israel and Iran. Wake up, people. Barry Soetoro, he shut down the American oil industry. We basically, we don't need to be dependent on anything coming out of the Middle East. And our friends in Saudi Arabia are just holding back reserves until Barry, who's a Shiite, is removed from power. Because the Sunnis don't like the Shiite. Barry's is in cooperation with Tehran to destroy us. And of course his puppets are Jojo and Cammy Poop. And now Timmy Idiot. Tim Shit. but be prepared. They're going to try to make his life, they're going to play nice for the next few weeks. But then be careful, because they're going to try to pull some massive shit in the first week of November. First 10 days of November will basically decide the fate, not only of the United States, but of a lot of countries worldwide. Now, one of the things that the big news that I woke up to was they said that the dock workers' strike has been settled. No, they've come to a tentative agreement. You see, the dock workers were first offered a 50% raise, but of course, Barry wants to make things life difficult, so he told the Marine organization, no, he told the Marine, offer them 50%. The dock workers, which are tangled up with all the unions, and the unions are the cash cow of the Democratic Party. Democrats like, no, we want 77%. Well, let's put it this way. They settled for a tentative 62%. But it's not because the offer is so great. What I'm getting the feeling of is that the union members, the union hierarchy of the dock workers started getting pressure because we've got ports from Maine going down the eastern seaboard around Florida into Texas. Well, you see, the docks in the Carolinas, in Georgia, those dock workers have family that have been screwed over and are basically, they need the resources that are stuck out on those cargo ships. So it isn't that the union heads of the dock workers are like, oh, this is an okay offer. No. The union heads have been pressured, basically threatened, that you either straighten this out, agree to something, or we're crossing the picket line, because our families need what's on those ships. You don't want a bunch of angry dock workers in front of someone's house because of their families are being basically starved to death, dying of dehydration, because it doesn't fit the Democrat narrative. That's why the strike has settled. The dock workers are standing up for their own families and to protect their extended families and to provide them with the items they need. That's what's going on. Now they're saying, oh, JoJo did this and did that. Well, it's coming out now that FEMA is finally sending trucks into the Carolinas. This is what, a week later? Oh, they said, JoJo goes, oh, I had stuff staged. Yeah, they had trucks, minimal relief trucks in Florida, in the Big Bend area. They knew the storm was going to go northward. They had it at the initial point of impact, but nothing else. Yeah. Barry basically did this on purpose to screw up, because those are all Republican areas. And he's scratching his ass. He's trying to pull everything out of his ass to destroy the upcoming election. And it's like they had no plan, because they didn't create a plan, because there's no money. Barry has spent the money subsidizing the Iranian army that's here in the United States, the Venezuelan army that's here. Yeah. The FEMA money that went for storm relief, mishandled of funds. They're using it to house and feed and reward all the people that want to destroy the American way of life. This is the Democrats. This is Barry Soetoro, doing business as Barack Obama. And now they're trying to shut down all forms of communication to prevent people from finding out what's really happening. I mean, Donald and Elon are getting phones out there so people can find out and reach out to family members. But the Democrats want all media, all information shut down. And they don't want people to know what it's really like. Because the money, yeah, it's going to the wetbacks and the Z guy. Time for every single Ukrainian who's over across the pond, who has family in the United States, to start to basically get on Zelensky's ass to send the money back, send a relief package back to the United States, since the Democrats have been bailing out his scrawny ass. And what's really ironic is that I do know that there's a lot of content creators in the Carolinas. Well, they've been having difficulty getting things put up. I've had difficulty because I've said things that they don't like. But I'm a little channel. Yeah, and I keep losing numbers. But there's another creator channel. And it's a woman who's based in the South Carolina area. And she has quite a big following. And ages ago, when I first started watching this YouTube stuff during lockdown, I noticed, okay, she's doing the royal family shit. She slipped up one day and applauded the Biden-Barry Soetoro government. And she's so supportive of the Democrats and how they're handling COVID. Well, here, this woman is in South Carolina in the area of storm damage. And I know that she admits that she's been without power for several days. But she continues to put up shit about the royal family instead of letting people know what's actually happening in her area, the storm damage. This woman was a nurse. If memory serves me correct, a nurse takes an oath similar to the doctor's Hippocratic oath to do no harm. Well, she certainly isn't doing harm, but she's not doing any good also. Why is she still home making videos about the royals when she should be letting people know of relief efforts, where people could be donating, where the help is needed, and why isn't she out there helping people? Because they need anyone and everyone with medical knowledge ready to go, helping out the people that are being rescued, and they're shorthanded of medical personnel. She could be doing something simple as cleaning cuts, putting ice on bruises, doing triage. But no, she's too busy yakking about the royals because she's a Democrat. Be careful. She could be doing a lot of good with her channel. Instead, she chooses to yap about the royals. She herself could have set up an operation that, hey, I have limited access, limited resources where I can get my information up online. Hey, we'll organize a distribution effort. Hasn't happened. But then she's married to a crowd. I wonder if her crowd is loyal to Angela Merkel and the EU and the destruction of our way of life. Chris Boozy, maybe it's time you rattle her cage again. Now, folks, if you like what I have to say, hey, you can buy me a coffee, join the channel. You can, by joining the channel, basically you're prepaying for your birthday readings or multiple readings per year, depending on what level you join at. And, yeah. And make sure you're still subscribed. I know I'll get shit for what I said today, but you know what? I don't care. I've already been exposed by the slime ball that hangs out on a stupid gamer girl's channel. And I'm known as a whistleblower. And when I see something that's not right, I will blow the whistle, and I have today. Call her out. Call that creator out. Why isn't she organizing relief efforts? Or is she too busy playing with her stupid rescue dog? Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Remember, Sunday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be live, and I'm looking forward to all your questions. Good Shabbos.